Hi everyone and welcome to EFOFEST 2020. We are looking at weaving denim. So in this project here I have made a bowl, and that's just out of weaving denim. You can see the weave on the inside. It's really easy, this project. You don't need a lot of materials to make it. And this is pretty much all we need. So we need just some strips of denim, and this time it doesn't matter what type of denim to use for this. It doesn't matter if it has stretch in there or what colour or what thickness it is. These ones here are just an old pair of jeggings I had, and they had a rip in them, so I'm just repurposing those. Pair of scissors, and it's so much easier if you have a sharp pair of scissors, or a fabric pair of scissors are great as well, because the denim can be tough to cut. Then we'll just need a ruler, a simple ruler. So for a medium-sized to large bowl, this is one of those kitchen sets that come in the set of 3, and it is the largest one of those. So for that we would use approximately 12 2-centimetre strips, and the strips I've got are about 60 centimetres long, so you can do an estimate, so take it from the middle to however high you want your basket, and then just make sure you've got about 12 centimetres at the end to finish them off as well. Okay, so I've already cut my strips of denim, and so we've got 12 strips of denim here. So what you need to do is just gather them all together at the end so that they're all lined up, and then just measure roughly in the middle, find the place in the middle, and then what you're going to do is just grab one of the strips and then tie it in the middle. So it's just like a granny tie once. We are going to spread them all out. Just space them apart. And it is easier if you see where they fall in there as well. It doesn't matter if you've got the wrong or the right side. This denim on one side is quite a lot darker than the other, but it will just add to it. I've actually found an old dress that needed mending. Well, actually couldn't mend, but I think this pattern goes really nicely with the denim. So I've just got one strip of that, which will make a nice stripe. So you can be creative and change this up. It doesn't have to be all denim. You can add other materials in there as well. So then we're just going to take one of the pieces and we're going to fold the end over probably a centimetre and a half like that. And then we're going to take our scissors and then just put a little slit about half a centimetre long at that end. And then we're going to get another piece that we've cut up. And we're going to do the same on the end of that. So we're just going to fold it over. cut that end in there. So then we can thread through that piece and find the end of that one. And then thread that through and then just give it a little pull. So that's how we'll join all of the pieces that we end up wrapping around and around. Don't join them all together now, otherwise it'll get quite tangled. So just adding one on the end. So when you're doing this, you need to have an odd number that you're weaving in and out of. So we started with an even number, but we've taken one of them that we're going to use to thread around. So that'll make the ones that are left here in an odd number. And then it's really easy that you're just going over and under each of these as well. So the first two laps around can be quite messy in here, but once you start to pull everything, then it'll start to even out and make it a lot easier to see. So let's find where that one is. So the next one, the very next one, we're going to go over and then lift up that one, go under. Find where the next one is. Then we're going to go over. And then we're going to go under this one. So spread these around a little bit more. So we're under this one, we're going to go over the top of that one, under this one, Okay, so we're back around to the join where we first started. What you're going to do now, you can see it's really quite loose, what I've done there, and it's easier to start that way. But what we're going to do is just hold it in the middle and then just gently give that a little pull in and around. You can see it's starting to lighten up. You don't have to pull it too super tight just now, but tight enough that you can pull in, and then you can see better the over and unders of all of the strips. So just making sure that your pattern, that you haven't missed any, so you need to make sure you're doing the opposite of what happened last time. And this is where these, making sure that they're in line where they should be. Okay, so I've just done 2 laps around, and as you can see here, it's really quite loose, but that's just to get it started. So what we do from now is just hold the middle and then start to pull in the one that we've gone around. And you can see here by pulling out those middle pieces, you'll start to see the weave evolve a lot more. Then we'll pull. Okay, so it'll be much easier. You can see them sitting up now, and yeah, just keep going around, and then as you run out, just to make the slit in the next one, and then add your next one on. And along here, once I've gone through, I might add that different colour into it, so you can you'll tend to see the weave a lot better as well. Okay, so once you get to about that size, so you're aiming for the size of the bottom of your bowl, so that's going to be the base that sits on the table. So once that you're at that stage, you're just going to pick it up and pop it onto the top of your bowl. So this means it's going to start to help you shape down your bowl as well. So just going to find where I was up to. So it's just exactly the same thing that you're doing. So you're weaving under and over all the way around. And same thing again if you hold in the center and then pull these down, and it'll start to really tighten and neaten up your weave. So I've just joined in my first row of the coloured material, and then I've just come to the end. So I've just chopped it there and then joined it how we normally join it. And then I'm just going back on to the blue weave, and then I'll have a look at that and might add one more colour. So I've just tilted this up so you can see it a lot better. I'm actually going to finish it off here. Before you finish it, I'd just go through and give all of them a good pull down. It's easier to do it on here beforehand. Okay, so we're going to end it off here. So I've worked out that I've sort of started and stopped in this part here. So I'm just going to cut this a little bit longer than that strip there. So once we've finished, we've made a slit in the end, and then you're just going to thread through one of the longer pieces. Just like that, and that will end it off. When you've gotten to where you want the height of the bowl to be, it's really quite easy to finish off the edges like this. It's pretty much just doing a knot and then a second knot. Just like that. And then just cutting the edges off. And I've found that cutting them on an angle looks quite nice as well. And grab the other one. Just like that. You can do that all the way around. Because you have an odd number of these as well, you'll end up with an extra one. So what I normally do is just tie that in. There is one I was just playing around with if you wanted to put a handle. So I've grabbed three of them and plaited them together. And then if you did another 3 on this side, and then you could just join them together, which would create a little handle in there. You could try other things as well. So if you didn't like this finish in here and you had some PVA glue, you could just trim it off there and then glue it down. So you'd glue one this way, and then you'd glue the other one on the inside, and that would give you a different finish, a more rounded finish on the top. So there's a couple of different ideas. I can see some super bright ones happening with this, and once again, you don't have to use denim with this. So the denim I used with this one is a lot thinner, and it is a little bit more flimsy, whereas the more traditional denim does tend to stand up a lot better, and it's a lot stronger. If you like this kind of weaving and you'd like to learn more, I've got a couple of classes coming up. One is a rug and also the other one is a bag. So if you're interested in doing those classes, check out the link below and it'll take you through to the website. We would love to see photos of your work. Above is the email address to where to send your photos, and also the hashtags if you're posting on social media as well. If you're interested in more videos of repurposing and recycling textiles or clothes, please feel free to subscribe, and then once the new videos come up, they'll pop up in your YouTube channel and let you know. Thank you for watching.